Hey, what's going on? I'll play a little bit of the song and then I'll get into the teaching part of it. You gonna kiss me all night? We gonna do this so wild. You know I love you a lot. You're about to miss your shot. You gonna kiss me all night? Good. So this is Are You Gonna Kiss Me or Not by Thompson Square. Cool song. Just heard it the other day and liked it. I liked it a lot. So anyway, to play along with the recording, you have to have your capo on the first fret. If you don't have a capo, I'm going to teach it without the capo, so you can kind of like play it even without a capo. It sounds just fine when you're playing it by yourself without the capo. You're gonna kiss me all night. Gonna do this so it's just a half step down lower. And so anyway, here's the chords. Start with the chords and then we'll get into how to play it. Starts off with this G chord. I'm gonna do a G chord like this. I don't think it's exactly what he's doing all the time. I was looking at a live video, but it's pretty close. This way, so it's kind of like an easier version, but not by a whole lot. This is pretty close to exactly what he's doing. It just means that I don't have to make any big changes all of a sudden to, like, I think he used a C like that a couple times. Not every time though. Okay, anyway, G chord. I'm going to start with these two fingers right here. They're both on the 3rd fret. This guy's on the 1st string, that guy's on the 2nd string. I'm going to keep them there and I'm never going to move them. I know his professionals use these chords a lot, and he was using them quite a bit throughout the song. Like I said, he changed it up a couple times, but mainly he stayed on these ones, I think. Then this guy is up on the 3rd fret, 6th string. This guy is on the 2nd fret, 5th string. That's my G. Next one we need is a C. To get to a C, just drop these by 1. So this guy is, that's a C add 9 or something like that, but I'll just call it a C as I go along. This guy's on the 5th string. That guy's on the 4th string. Shooting for hitting 5 strings. We need a D, where I'm going to do a D like this. These guys stay. This guy is on the 3rd string. That's a D sus4. I'll just call it a D as we go along. We also need, do we need an A minor? We don't. We need an A minor. A minor is, take this D, just bring this finger up by 1. That works for A minor. It's not a true A minor, but it's close. So this is on the 2nd fret, 4th string. That's an A minor. The little riff that he does at the beginning. So he's on the G here, and then I let this string be muted a little bit. It would sound okay if it wasn't muted. But it sounds a little better if it's muted. Here's how I mute this string. I just kind of like, instead of like having my fingers really nice and so it's only, my finger presses down 1 string, I let this one kind of like, this middle finger, he's resting up against that 5th string, so it's making it so it won't ring, okay? Everything else is ringing out just fine, okay? So there's that, and then I hammer on this one, where I play it, and then I hammer this finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. Off, hammer on, off, hammer on. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. You can play along with, oh, by the way, also he does some palm muting in there. I'm going to do it as just kind of like a strumming song. He does some palm muting at the beginning. So if you like that sound, here's how you do it. I'm playing like this, and then I have my palm, this part, the palm of my hand, way back up here against like this part back here. So I'm kind of like taking it off and bringing it on. It gives me kind of a chunky sound. Kind of experiment with maybe just like a G chord and see if you can get something that sounds like that. The rest of the song I'm just going to do is kind of like a strummed out version. I noticed when they were doing it live, they were doing it just kind of like strumming the whole time, which is kind of cool. Okay, so here we go. We'll start with a riff. Hammer on, back to G. Hammer on, G. Sitting up there on your mama's roof. talking about everything under the moon. See, smell of honeysuckle and your perfume, and all I could think about was my next move. D, you were so shy, so was I. Maybe that's why it was so hard to see. Believe you smiled and said, D, me, you gonna kiss me or not? C to G to D. I think you know. Sorry, I messed that up. Chorus starting on the C. You gonna kiss me or not? To G to D. We gonna do this, so what? C to G to D. Think you know I like you, a C. Lie, you're about to miss your D. Shy, you gonna kiss me or not? G to hammer on, back to G. Hammer on G. Best dang thing that I ever did, except for the long one after that. C, I knew on the finger lights, sooner or later I'd have to ask for D. Your hand, I took a chance, bought a wedding band, and I got down on one C. Me, you smiled and said D to me. You gonna kiss me or not? C to G to D. We gonna do this, so what? C to G to D. Think you know I love you, A, C. Lie, think we got a real good D. Shy, you gonna kiss me or not? G, hammer on G, hammer on. So we see, planned it all out for the middle of June. G, wedding cake to the honeymoon. C, your mama cried when you walked down. G, I hammer on C. Preacher said, say I do. G, I did, and you did too. Amen. Lifted up there, saw you pretty D. Smile, and I said, you gonna kiss me, C or not? D, we gonna do this, so what? C to G. Look at all the love that we see. God, and ain't never gonna D. Stop, you gonna kiss me or not? G, hammer on. Baby, I love you, A, C. Lie, think we got a real good D. Shy, you gonna kiss me or not? G, hammer on G. Good. So yeah, not too bad a song. Pretty decent beginner kind of song. It's pretty close to what he's doing. Pretty close. Not exactly. Like I said, he changes up to some other chords. If you're familiar with chords, I think he does a C like that. Not every time, but I think he does it sometimes. You gonna kiss me or not? Another thing you can do with your D chord, which I kind of like, the most standard D is like that, right? So that's just kind of like, instead of having the pinky down there, I have this middle finger on the first string, second fret. A lot of times I'll take the D and kind of like, I'll have my middle finger down in reserve. Something like that. Ways you can kind of make up changes with your chords. So anyway, that's Thompson Square, You Gonna Kiss Me or Not? Cool song, I like it. My wife downloaded it right away when she heard me playing it. She saw I was going to do a tutorial on it, and she put it as a ringtone. So she likes it, I like it, good song. So thanks for watching. Check out some of my other videos. Thanks, bye.